Alright, in our last tutorial we talked about the toolbar, which looks like this, and the layers palette. In this screencast I'd like to show you how to use blend modes to quickly improve or touch up a photo. Before we do that, let's get set up. Here the layers are over here, and every time you open up Photoshop and open up a photo or a picture, I'd like you to drag the original layer down to the new layer button to create a duplicate. In fact, I usually do this a couple times. And then turn the eyeball off on the background layer. So you have two copies right here. Now, as you're working on projects, if you move things around and things get out of place, always remember you can go over to Window, Workspace, and Default Workspace, and that'll put the palettes and toolbars back to where you began. One more thing before we start. If you go to File and Revert, this is another way you can go back to your starting point. So if you click on Revert, it'll go back to the original image that you opened up, and you only start with one layer again. So either File Revert or Window Default Workspace can help rescue you if you get lost or things get out of hand. Alright. The first thing I want to show you is how to use the multiply blend mode. And multiply generally makes the pictures darker, and then I'll show you the screen mode, which tends to make the pictures lighter. Oh, this is a nice composition. There's good contrast in tones, darks and whites. The skin color is a little bit off. It's a little bit maybe too white or too light. I'm going to try looking at it with the blend mode called multiply on. So I'll go to the normal and choose multiply. It's right there. Okay, now that's a little bit too dark. Remember, you can change the opacity on that effect, and I'll bring it down by sliding on the word opacity, and I'm going to keep bringing it down. Alright, now the reason I like having two copies open is I can do a before and after look. So I'll click on the eyeball on the top layer. I know that's the one selected because it's in blue here, and I'll look at it with the before, a little bit lighter, after with the multiply, a little bit darker. So that's a matter of taste and what you like. Now I'm going to change this and try screen, which will lighten it instead of darken it. I still have my opacity at 33, so I'll raise that up so you can see what that looks like at 100%. So a little bit too light now. So I'll lower that down back to somewhere in the 30s. And here's our before, and here's our after. I might like the screen blend mode for this one, it's because I can see more of the natural color in his face coming out of the shadows now. So there's before and after. So those are some things you can try using blend modes. Now there are a lot of different blend modes to take a look at, and you can get some different effects. Sometimes you can't notice much of a difference. Sometimes you can notice a lot. I'll try luminosity. Nope. I'll try hue. Well, pretty much the same because the images are pretty similar, so you won't see a lot of different changes. But go ahead and try the blend modes as a quick way to improve the look of your photo. Don't forget to use the opacity slider to just tone down that effect.